Hey, man. Only thing you gotta do is pay attention. I'm on 3 phones right now, but I be on 5. We on YouTube right now. We on Bigo right now, and we on Instagram. And I monetize all 3 of them. I make thousands of dollars just talking. I go do a college, a school, 20,000 just to do that. I'm telling y'all, it's money out there to tell your story. You just gotta line it up and organize it. People want to know your story, man. Your story is your glory. You feel me? Stop letting people monetize off your business, man. You know what I'm saying? Your content is your real estate. Your real estate is your asset. If you own it, you can sell it. Stop letting people use your content without giving them a license to use it. It's a violation. It's a violation for them to use your likeness, your image, or your intellectual property. You know what I'm saying? If you created it, it belongs to you. You have to protect that. A lot of these people get mad when you become knowledgeable about mechanical royalties, performance royalties against synchronization license to make people, be able to use your music, reproduce your music. They need to pay you for that. You know what I'm saying? See, I ain't know nothing about no mechanical royalties. I just started learning about all this shit when I went through my little situation. You know what I'm saying? So now I know about Create TV. I know about BMI, ASCAP, CSAC. I know about all these different administrative groups, the Harry Fox Foundation, and all these people that Universal Publishing. They give you a portal. They give you a portal where you can see the yeah, respect my mind on NBA 2K. Well, let me see how much they charge. Let me see how much they gave that license. Yeah, I own a percentage of that. You know what I'm saying? I own 100% of Turk copyrights. So anything that I did, man, guess what? They gotta pay me mechanicals on that, man. I might not own the masters, but I own my copyright. Give me my percentage. You know what I'm saying? Anybody use my likeness, my image, I'm coming to see you. Shout out to French. French just used my stuff. Me and him settled out of court. Y'all ain't hear nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to see you. My lawyer gonna come see you. We gonna keep it real professional. It's nothing personal. Anybody. I'm waiting on Fetty to get out of jail. I'm going to see him. You know what I'm saying? Anybody using anything from me, man. Respectfully. I saw some youngsters getting mad because, they music got ceased and desist. You can't infringe on nobody's work. How y'all gonna get mad because y'all remake somebody's shit that was a hit and get mad when they cease and desist because you ain't give them what they needed, bro? Compensate a person, bro. Y'all don't even give people their credit or nothing. So they could get, I understand that sometimes y'all do music because I have did it. You know what I'm saying? You do music and you don't know if it's gonna jump off, but give people their credit and write their name when you upload it. So if it do jump off, it's no dispute. You owe them. It be a problem when people don't put your name on the rights. When I saw a nigga using my shit and didn't have my name on it, I got a problem with that now. Now let's straighten this out and we gonna move it and we gonna, cause I don't be wanting to sue no nigga. But I will. I don't be wanting to sue no nigga. And a nigga don't be wanting to do the right thing neither. But nobody say nothing about that. If a nigga know they fucked up, do the right thing and fix it. We don't have to go through litigation. If I'm showing you the problem, you can correct it as a man, as a woman. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to go through litigation, but sometimes you got to go through litigation because there's more compensation. You know what I'm saying? You can't just make these numbers up, man, when you in the system, man. There's money everywhere, all over the world. You feel me? So they got to do an accounting for that. Your lawyer got to handle that. You can't do it. Because if you would have did it, you did it out the gate. So it's a machine. It's AIs that got to get involved. Your lawyers got to, you know what I'm saying, make sure they pop, crossing their T's and dotting their I's. You feel me? It is what it is. Niggas get mad because the nigga come after their bread, but how y'all think another nigga feel who don't have his bread and everybody else sitting looking lovely? Y'all sitting looking lovely and y'all want me to sit looking ugly. Nah, it don't go like that. So when you see niggas get mad at niggas from going after their bread, man, and y'all be on these niggas' side because a nigga want to go get their money that they didn't know about, and now they know, Nigga became aware of, this is my money. I don't want none of your money. I want my money. It's a problem that I see. The thing be, niggas be feeling like you didn't embarrass them as a thief or now it don't be about me embarrassing you and putting your name out like you stealing to mess up future business for you. It don't be that. Because if I come to you privately, we can settle it privately. But y'all know how the lawyers play. The lawyers in this shit for business. If it go to litigate, they gonna contact Billboard. They gonna contact TMZ. That's a part of their business. Because there's more artists and shit out there that gonna reach out to them when they see they didn't got your money. So the lawyer's gonna use every fucking source they can to put it in the media. That's a tactic. The same way how y'all do it quietly, the lawyers do it loudly. Because they promote themselves as being the one who went got that bread. So it's a business. So the best thing to do is make sure you looking out and making sure a nigga straight so the lawyers won't have to litigate. But in how this shit go, nigga put have their own manager, their own legal team. You know, it's a conflict of interest when a nigga have inside of the record label management and lawyers and they work for the record label. It's a conflict of interest, man. Of course they gon' how can they have my best interest and your best interest? They gon' fuck with who paying them the most. But that's something else, man, because I could go all day from my experience of shit. You know, I done been through some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bitter, I'm better. And I plant seeds so people won't have to go through what I went through, bro. There's a lot of these artists these days eating good, living good, because the things that some of us before y'all went through. It took us to suffer for y'all to know, and they can't do y'all the same thing because now, and that's how y'all making a lot of money. So y'all need to be being grateful, man, and still listening to the game so you can't get raped. Because, you know, motherfuckers will give you money, give you this advance, give you a chain, give you this, give you that. Now you still in the red, they loaned you your own money. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing for free, man. Ain't no motherfucker giving you nothing. That's your money. You earned that. You created a buzz, didn't you? You worked for it. You feel me? Now you could be independent and put your shit out independently. You could connect with your fans directly. And there's all kind of ways to do it. You could do books, you could do merch, you could do contact with them, you could do Bigo. There's all kind of ways to guerrilla market, man. But we talking about Young with a Monkey. The thorns which I have reaped are of the tree I planted. It was in the sixth court at the DJ when I first snorted coke, and I was only 14 years old when still going to Green Middle School. 1-2 quickly escalated to a dime bag a day to a $50 bag. From a 50 to an 8 ball to a quarter. I was sprung on that coke like grandma on a Coca-Cola. I love that drink. It's when the coke goes up your nose and down your throat and into your stomach and gives you that high. Yeah, I was drugging and thugging. But I didn't want anybody to know I messed around, so I used to send my homeboys to scope, buy my powder for me. None of them cared about what people thought. They all drugged and thugged in the open while I remained on the tuck, on the low. Drugging and thugging was a lifestyle. Drugging is self-explanatory for me. It meant getting high, loaded, off my drugs of charts, cocaine and heroin. Thugging was getting it how I live, and just being out there without caring about the consequences. But it was Magnolia Slim out with Tupac, whom everybody from the Noya idolized, who enticed me into trying heroin for the first time. Magnolia Slim was thugging and always rapped about using heroin. On top of that, those Noya girls used to brag about the dope dick that it would give a nigga to work with. There was even a song the girls sang called Girl, He Got That Dope Dick. Back then, Tent Wall St. Thomas had that fire heroin. They used to call it work 911. I was hot boy Turk, so there was no way I was finna hit the block and be seen by my fans trying to scope. So again, Biggie, Warren, and Rat used to bring back my medicine. R.I.P. to Biggie, R.I.P. to Warren, two of my homies. Shout out to my dog Rat, man. But we all got high. So after I realized that my lines had begun shrinking, I was forced to ride alone just to get me. Biggie had a blue old ass O.J. Simpson Bronco, but it got us where we needed to go. And when his mama, Miss Kim, had the truck, we rode in another one of my homies, Mark, long ass brown station wagon. We would roll up dollar bills and snort lines of heroin off a Cash Money CD case while listening to some Juvenile, bumping the songs I was featured on the Soldier Rag album. Back at Grandma Bertha's in the Mouth Project, the energy was weird and unstable. So much so that I could feel that something bad was about to go down. It didn't take me long after talking to a few of my gossiping ass kinfolk to figure out that the confusion throughout the house was because their backbone had violated the number one rule of Hustler's Handbook: never get high on your own supply. I know my book might sound like it's jumping from here and there. I did that on purpose. I wanted to take y'all on a roller coaster ride, like a jigsaw puzzle when you read the Bible. It might not make sense, but if you go back into it and you check out my interviews and my movie that's coming and the documentary that's coming, it all gonna make sense to you. I did that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I wrote my book as I was inspired to write it. So as I remember stuff, I write it down some more, and it gonna coincide with that. You always gonna have the answer because I'm the truth. You feel me? Black Boy was now reaping that which he had consistently sown. He was in the merciless grip of heroin and cocaine addiction. Casual snorting and smoking had quickly elevated to shooting both heroin and coke, a thing we call speedballing. Black Boy had taken off his fine jewelry, silk shirts, and fly leather coats. Now all he wore on his back was that monkey. He had gone from a full-fledged baller to a full-fledged junkie in what seemed like overnight. For all of those who depended on Black Boy as their hustler and provider, this was a devastating reality. Keeping it 10 times 100, this also kind of knocked the wind out of me. It was like a metaphoric writer's passage, now that I'm able to look back at it all. At that moment, I became the backbone of the family. Ever since I could remember, I had always loved and respected Black Boy, Calvin, my favorite uncle. But in my eyes, he had forfeited his right to be respected. I wasn't in any shape to be the backbone of the family either, because even though I wasn't shooting up yet, I was still getting loaded on the low, or as we say it, on the top. In reality, I was also a junkie like my uncle Black Boy. The only difference was that the family didn't know about my addiction, and because of my fame, if they did know, they wouldn't have cared. Throughout it all, I was taught another valuable lesson on just how deceitful a person's perception can become at times. Because if it looked at properly, whether it's Michael Jackson or Jackson Michael, no matter how we say it, it's the same thing. Y'all gotta go get my book, man, The Autobiography of Turk. You know, and I talk about a lot of reckless situations, man, being on tour with Cash Money, you know, my relationships, different females I dealt with. Um, I can read a few of their relationships right here, but y'all know I'm not gonna give y'all too much. I was young with a monkey. Documentary coming 52 bullets. What led up to the shootout with the police? You know what I'm saying? My stories are legendary, and can't nobody tell you my story but me. Can't nobody paint my story but me. Relationships. I first met Renata back in 1994 while I was still in a relationship with Kiki. And it was still love at first sight. I know people may think the concept of love at first sight is cliche, but it's real. God is love. And when you see God in somebody, you fall in love. And there's nothing cliche about God. The only two real relationships I had were based on love at first sight, and both were long term relationships. Every other woman was just a part of a fling that resulted in them being tossed. But it wasn't until we both attended Fauché High School that this bow-legged cutie pie officially became my girlfriend. Renata was 16 and I broke her virginity at our apartment in Anoya. She was smart and captain of the majorettes. Since she lived in the east, which was a long way from the project, I used to ride the bus with her to Canal Street, then ride back by myself. Renata knew that I did drugs, but what could she do when I was taking care of her? At Fauché High, Renata, my homeboy Biggie, and I all had the same class, and we couldn't be denied the most swagger in the school title. Even our navy blue pants and sky blue polo shirt uniforms, we would make it do what it do, flipping shoes, coordinating hoodies, whatever it took to tweak the uniform. Biggie and I had two different swags, but when we combined ideas, we were thugging. Renata used to hold my book sack with my loaded 380 automatic in it. The third Walmart set and the 17th stayed into it with each other, and I wasn't going to be caught slipping under any circumstances. However, a few of them dudes were cool, and occasionally I'd score some powder from them. Then I'd turn around and take my money back with the dice, shooting 10 while betting 20 on the side. Biggie and I stayed loaded with powder while on the schoolyard, and we never ate the school lunch. Either Renata bought us chicken from the Chinese store on Canal Street, or I would just order Domino's pizza and have it delivered right there on the schoolyard. I was drugging and thugging, and them niggas at Fauché used to know it and hate it. After school, Craig, Worm Rat, and I used to all go at Fawfaw's, a crackhead who had even turned out some young, badass broads to smoking crack on the low. As long as you gave Fawfaw hers, she would let you chill to get off the block from Sarge and his boys, who we used to call the Jump Out Boys. They inspired our song Tuesdays and Thursdays, which explained the 2 days of the week when cops from New Orleans Police Department NOPD rolled deep in the hood, both harassing and arrest, both harassing and arresting people. If you had work, Fawfaw would help you get that off as well. But she was as slick as Earl when it came to cooking up work for niggas. Fawfaw had rigged her kitchen sink so that underneath it, where there should have been the traditional piping, she had installed a big ass beaker that looked like something a scientist would use. Now, with her beaker in place while whipping work, she would look as if she was just running water on the work, but really, she would be pouring part of the work down the drain and into her beaker that was hidden by the cabinet that held the sink. I guess the game is to be sold and not told. My career had picked up and momentum was building. We were selling more and more records and gaining more and more popularity. Our fame was as real as the jealousy that was developing in high school. Wayne had gotten into a serious fight at his school, and the threat of repercussion was building. I had also gotten into a couple of fights at my school, Fauché, and broke both of my hands. The tension was becoming so chaotic that Baby bought Wayne and me bulletproof vests to wear to school. Wayne begun carrying a gun to class every day. Threats to our lives were increasing. Either Wayne and I were going to kill somebody or get killed. And Baby was just a step ahead from wanting to kill somebody from messing with his artists. Soon, Wayne and I had gotten too big for the small world of high school and had to drop out in 11th grade. But we both went to tutoring sessions, and man, I hated that shit. They always gave us homework when we were on the road, and Slim and Baby stayed on us about our homework. As soon as we came off the road, it seemed as if we would have tutoring scheduled and would definitely have to show up. Despite dropping out of high school, I was the only one that was going to accompany Renata to prom. Man, I was sharp as a motherfucker in a black tux, fitted hat, and emerald green cummerbund. I also had a cane and was iced out. While other students rented cars, I pushed my Camaro on 18-inch momos. In preparation for the big night, my homeboy Kevin and I had scored some heroin and got loaded. I was on my way to get Renata. Then we were going to pick up one of her friends. I didn't expect the high to kick in so quickly, but the heroin must have been pure. Next thing I knew, it was lights out. I had nodded off behind the wheel while on the bridge. My Camaro spun out crazy, then came to a halt as it smashed up against guard pole of the bridge. Meanwhile, I was knocked out completely, out from the impact of the airbag. I woke up inside Charity Hospital, the same place where I was born. That would have been crazy if I would have died. Three nurses stood around asking me for autographs, and I signed all right. I signed myself up out of the hospital, which was against the doctor's order, and I was still able to make the prime. Still loaded with stitches in the bottom of my nose, I posed with Renata for our prime flicks. It didn't dawn on me until the next morning that I had totaled my Camaro, and as long as I was alive, it really didn't matter. I was a cash money millionaire. And 2 weeks after the incident on prime night, fresh off the showroom float, I copped a brand new Cadillac Catera, all white with leather, fully loaded like me when I was full of the heroin. Gradually, I developed a full-blown habit of both heroin and cocaine. My spending $50 a day in drugs had increased to $500 a day. More money spent on more drugs used was a norm. It was reckless lifestyle of danger and addiction. Cash Money Records was in the process of going from local to worldwide. After putting in work for all those years, we signed a $30 million distribution deal with Universal. Everything was starting to pop off. Juvie 400 Degrees, Hot Boys Guerrilla Warfare, Big Timers, and BG album with the hit Bling Bling. I missed the session with the video version was recorded, but I was in the video. Not too long before this, Wayne had a baby girl. BG had kids. Juvie, Baby, and Manny Fresh as well. We were on the road, and I had flown Renata in with Wayne baby mama, Talia. And later that night, I found out Renata was pregnant with my son. November 3rd of Y2K was the day my baby boy was born. I gave him my name, Tabron A. Virgil. My daddy's name is Tab Sr. I'm Tab Jr. And my younger sister on my daddy's side is Tabrina. And Renata gave birth to Tabron, keeping that Tab thing going. Now my twins is Taylor and Tab the third. I added that, y'all. The birth of my son was the happiest day of my life. I bought my little man Winnie the Pooh everything. Baby bed, lamps, blankets, pampers, bottles, clothes. I just went Winnie the Pooh crazy. Even the walls in this baby room were covered with Winnie the Pooh wallpaper. I had prayed for a son and told God I would stop doing drugs if he answered my prayer. But I didn't. You know, they got the picture of my son in there when he was a baby. You know what I'm saying? Now, how my book is wrote, I go from stories, then y'all know the name of my movie is Reckless. So I got like 4 episodes of my movie in here. Reckless is the time when I was on tour. How I was reckless. I tell stories about, I'm going to read this one. Reckless. At the young age of 14 years old, Tab, Young Turk Virgil Jr., after being introduced to Cash Money heavyweights Ronald Slim and Brian Baby Williams, was recruited and became one-fourth of Cash Money Millionaires, Hot Boys Group. I was already secretly and regularly using heroin and powder cocaine, but as fame and fortune from the Hot Boys' success escalated, my heroin and cocaine addiction also escalated, placing me on the reckless path of death. So this Reckless Part 2. The name of my movie is Reckless. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry. I'm telling you now, it's the modern day Ray Charles. Holler at me. You really is the one who I want to do this movie with. You really is the reason I moved to Atlanta. I say when I get off on Tyler Perry exit on that bridge, I'm coming to holler at you. So I'm speaking and I'm manifesting this because I believe in the law of attraction. I want Tyler Perry to do this movie. He from New Orleans. He from Uptown. I just feel like he need this under his wing. Holla at me, TP. Yeah, you don't need the money, but I need your expertise. I can shoot it with anybody, but I won't do it with Tyler Perry. You feel me? And it been like that since I was in prison. So just throw that out there to y'all so if y'all see it happen. Damn, man, he spoke that into existence. You know what I'm saying? Damn, my wife just sent me some money too for my birthday. Ah, girl, you had to send me no money. You did, but I'll take it. Them cash apps is flowing, dog. I ain't lying. God damn, my birthday go every day. I'm keeping them cash apps up there every day. Nah, I'm just playing, just for the day, y'all. Man, I ain't know. Like you'd be surprised. The cash app is like a pent up dollar, and my fans are coming through. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. You feel me? If y'all want to send me something on Cash App, you know, people that send $2, people that send $42, people that send $242, somebody send $2,500. You know what I'm saying? So you can send whatever you want. It ain't no certain number you can send. You can send a quarter if you can. You feel me? I appreciate whatever. But if I was to walk around with my you know how you have your little pent up dollar, my Cash App is pent, Mr. YNT. You feel me? Today my birthday, not the worst day. But this is reckless, y'all. Check it out. I'm telling y'all my stories, bro. First of all, is y'all enjoying this before I even go farther, because y'all might be bored. Y'all might be bored. Like if y'all don't want me to, I can stop. If y'all want me to stop. Is y'all enjoying it? Is it interesting? Cause you know, my life is different from all the cap. They be capping out there, making up stuff. You feel me? Cause they be I be like, man, damn, nigga be lying, lying. You hear me? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. What y'all want me to do, YouTube? I need to know. Y'all need to drop a message. Let me know what y'all want me to do. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe too. We going up on my subscribers too, man. YouTube original Hot Boy Turk. Make sure y'all go subscribe, hit that like, drop a comment, and subscribe. It's a cool story, bro. I'm gonna keep going. When shooting heroin and cocaine, a term missing refers to mistakenly injecting the drug into the muscle tissue rather than your vein. Where after months on top of months on top of months of missing, unbeknownst to me, with no way of telling how much heroin and cocaine was inside my arm, it had swollen up badly. I was also having serious chest pains to the point where my heart felt as if it was being pushed up against my chest plate. Looking down at my deformed ass arm, I still had to find some kind of way to get it tied up. I was determined to get this one-on-one cocaine and heroin package I just scored from Uptown inside of me. All week I've been complaining to Renata about my arm hurting and being stiff. But when I came out of the bathroom and fell into the bed hollering her name, she knew then that something serious was wrong with me. Ah, my arm. I think I'm having a heart attack or something. My arm and chest hurt. I said, twisting around on the bed, trying not to put any extra pressure on the arm. Quickly from out of Tavern's bedroom, Renata came with Tavern in her arms, looking down at me with a confused look. I suppose the fact that I was talking and moving were the only things preventing her from losing her cool. Turk, what's wrong? She asked, analyzing how I was holding my arm while wincing in pain. My arm. I could barely move it. When I do my chest over here, but my heart start hurting. I pointed to my chest with my opposite arm. Can you walk? Hold on, let me see. I said, trying not to move my arm as I slowly pushed myself up off the bed. Yeah, I think I could walk. I tried not to look too pitiful, since I always wore thermals in 100-degree heat of the summer in order to hide the tracks on my arm. The only thing on my bad arm that was showing was my hand, which was puffy and swollen. Oh my God! Renata saw my hand and realized then that I indeed had a problem. Panic. She rushed to get herself and Tavern together so she could drive me to the emergency room. Once we were inside the car, it was impossible for me to ride while sitting up in an upright position. I had to recline the seat all the way back while facing the door with my arm extended in the air, all at the same time. I rolled all the way to the hospital in this crazy ass position, and I still felt as if I was dying from the sharp pain. Renata, you have to slow down. And will you please stop hitting all them damn bumps? You're making my arm hurt worse. Boy, what bumps? I'm barely going the speed limit, so be quiet. She grew frustrated with my whining and complaining. I was positioned with my back to her, and I could have sworn she started intentionally hitting every bump in the road to torture me. But since complaining wasn't working, I just closed my eyes from the remaining 10 minutes drive that seemed like hours. Renata pulled directly in front of the entrance of the emergency room. Then, like an old crippled man, I slowly exited the vehicle and waited for her to hurry up and find a parking space. Sitting there in the waiting room was even more irritating than the ride there, because now I was sitting there watching doctors walk back and forth right in front of my face while my arm and chest was fucking killing me. More kids were inside the waiting room waiting to be seen than adults, but I didn't give a damn about them kids. I was thinking I'm hot boy Turk. Plus, I had a vicious monkey on my back. Therefore, I was doubtly impatient. Renata, I could tell by her embarrassed look, was getting tired of me acting the fool, but I didn't care. Even while I was full of heroin and cocaine, I felt every bit of pain in my arm and chest. Nah, I didn't care about being loud. I needed to be seen right away. I was talking shit about the doctors, the slow ass service, and how much pain I was in. I finally made it inside one of the examining rooms, and instead of attending to my arm and chest, these motherfuckers were asking me all kinds of sophisticated ass questions, huddling all up and taking their time. That pissed me off even more. They already knew that I was loaded and had been in a wreck. That was enough info. Eventually, I was admitted and placed on intravenous fluids to fight off what I was told was bacteria philobatitis, some shit. I can't pronounce it. Philobatitis that had set up in my veins. I was also told that my chest pains were in fact inflammation of the heart, a result of infection. None of what was said registered with me. I was drugging and thugging. Whatever medicine they injected into my IV had definitely done the trick, because instantly the pain was beginning to fade, and before long I was knocked out. Renata and Tavern were also exhausted from the runaround and asleep in the chair next to my hospital bed. My heroin and cocaine monkey was real live monster, but more like a poltergeist, and Hot Boy Turk became his host and hostage at the same time. Bright and early the next morning, I slowly opened one of my eyes at the time. Exhausted and still recuperating, my monkey had awakened. Besides the constant yawning, my muscles started aching, like I had just finished an intense workout. Then I broke out into a cold sweat, but my body would suddenly warm up. If I didn't take care of my monkey soon, I eventually had the shits and vicious stomach cramps. Withdrawal symptoms were like having 3 cases of the flu, all at the same time. It was not called having a monkey on your back for nothing. Hey, Renata, y'all get up. She and Tavern was still comfortably curled up in the chair, but I needed them up out of there. She slowly raised her head, looking at a bit surprised that my verse was without any trace of yesterday's pain. She heard the diagnosis of my condition and was sincerely concerned. An infection in the veins could have ultimately led to blood poisoning, which is lethal. Are you feeling better? She asked. My monkey, especially in the morning, had full dominion over me, to the point that I couldn't appreciate the absence of the pain for not even 24 hours ago. My attention was undivided and focused on getting rid of my morning sickness. Yeah, the pain gone, but my arm is still stiff and swollen, I replied. But listen, baby, I'ma just lie back and catch up on some sleep like the doctor told me to do. So I want y'all to go head home and just come back up here later on. Wearing a suspicious look, Renata tried to put up a little resistance. Turk, are you sure? Because we can just stay up here until the doctor says you could go home. Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead, girl. Look at y'all in them same clothes. Go home and get yourself together. I tried my best not to reveal just how anxious I was to get them the hell out of there. They weren't even completely out of the room. I already dialed my homeboy rat number into my cell phone. Yeah, who this? He answered. Bitch, it's me. I'm in the fucking hospital. I almost died last night, I replied. So what? You straight? Bitch, I'm sick. Go uptown and get up here. I'm at Charity, the third floor. Room blah blah blah. After hanging up with Rat, Dr. Allowang, I just made his name up. I don't remember the doctor, who admitted me into my room. He began saying something that may as well have been a foreign language. I wasn't trying to hear anything he said. The doctor had come to make sure my infection was being treated properly. I was absolutely not interested in what he was saying. I had another kind of sickness. What I did find interesting was the heparin lock inserted into my vein on my hand and neatly taped down. A heparin lock is a blood thinner that stops blood clots from forming. It flushes out the IV catheter and keeps blood flowing after a patient receives an IV infusion. Dr. Ellawang changed my IV line, and when he detached it from the heparin lock and turned to retrieve a fresh one, I noticed the convenience of the heparin lock still in my vein to receive more intravenous fluids. This gave my monkey, who was always a genius, a marvelous idea. Dr. Ellawine did his thing while I lay there faking the mannerism of a perfect patient. But in my head, I was cursing rat ass out for taking so fucking long. I even blew his phone up a few more times. Now he wouldn't answer. I was up on my feet with the IV and rolling beside me as I stood at the window to see if I could spot Red outside. I was still holding my cell phone trying to call him when he peeked into my hospital room. Turk was thugging. Nigga, bring your slow ass in here, I said, almost tripping over the IV stand as my monkey became excited at the thought of having his sickness cured. I rushed back to the door and made sure it was secure while Rat simultaneously extended me my kit. Here, nigga, you need me to catch you or what? Rat whispered as if not to let the hospital traffic in the hallway hear. Nah, just catch the door. And don't even open it for God, I mumbled sarcastically, while removing my IV line from the heparin lock. My good old doctor done taught me how to get loaded like a professional. So y'all know, by me having a heparin lock in my hand, and they were shooting the medicine to cure the dope and the infection and stuff out of me. I made my baby mama go home with my son, called my homeboy Rat, and y'all know I fabricated a little bit because I don't remember verbatim, but he came in there, bought me the dope. You know what I'm saying? The little dialogue is a little fabricated. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be in my movie. But the logistics, the meat part of it, this is how it happened. I shot the dope in the hospital shit, and I signed myself out. And I was walking around being at home a few days with that shit still in. I ain't never had to take it out until that bitch was just came out. So it's just the crazy shit that we do when we doing dope. My veins had got so burnt out. Like this one right here, y'all can see that long vein right there. That's a burnt out vein. That used to be my $1 million vein right there. When I used to do that, it'll stick out. Now it ain't nothing but scar tissue. You know what I'm saying? It's burnt. You can feel it now because I mean, it used to be thick though. So I used to be shooting dope like that was my number one go to. So all my veins hadn't been burnt out. I just started shooting in my neck, shooting in my feet, anywhere where a vein was at. I even tried shooting my dick. You know what I'm saying? Like just everywhere, anywhere a vein was at. You know what I'm saying? Until I missed one time in my neck. You know, and that's what happened. What made me have to go to the hospital because I had missed, and it was this arm. I remember because when I did that, I'm like, damn, I still like feel how that pain was just talking about that shit. And I had to ride in a car like this. My shit hadn't got swole. My arm ain't got swole. I had missed. So all the pausing and shit, it had infected my arm. So that infection is inflammation. That shit was hurting. Pain ain't nothing but inflammation. You know what I'm saying? So bam, that's what happened on that situation. You feel me? Like I say, I wrote my book like that, just basically like in summaries of what happened in my life. Because I got my movie and I got my documentary. So my story is like three parts. I give it to y'all. If y'all read this book, y'all can see how I'm reading it now. It make you want more. It's gonna make you want more. That was the intention of it. So bam, now here go the documentary. You get to see a visual of it. Now you're gonna be like, man, bro, you need a movie. I wrote a movie. I got a screenplay. It's in my lock. It's in my safe down there. You know what I'm saying? I got the whole matter of fact, I'm gonna read the screenplay synopsis of what my movie gonna be like. Hold up. All right, so this is my this is my screenplay right here. This the screenplay. You know what I'm saying? This the whole movie right here. Y'all wouldn't believe I did this in jail. Me and my homie T-Mac. So this is the treatment for my movie. Um, the screenplay treatment. When you're doing a movie, you gotta have a treatment. I don't know why my phone messing up. When you're doing a movie, you gotta have a treatment. Hold on, let me start this live back over. Yeah, I know I'm on Instagram and all that too. All right, when you're doing a movie, you gotta have a treatment for it. You know what I'm saying? You just don't do no movie without no treatment. Then from the treatment, you have the script. You know what I'm saying? So this is the treatment screenplay. This is the story of Cash Money Records' Hot Boy Turk, his amazing rise from New Orleans Magnolia Project, his relentless search for love, and his devastating drug addiction that nearly robbed him of his life. Turk was born Tad Virgil Jr. to Noon and Tad on February the 8th, 1981, which is today, at New Orleans Charity Hospital. And when Turk was 5 years old, they moved from the Mouth Project, where his parents, Noon and Tad, each lived with their mothers, into their own apartment in the Magnolia Project. In order to support his family, Tad works as a head chef for the Hilton Hotel. But his drinking habit that he developed shortly after Turk's birth become too much for Noonie. After a fight with an intoxicated Tad, Noonie throws him out. With the 80s drug game in his prime, Tad baby brother Black Boy is Mouth Project D-Boy poster child, and he's idolized by his nephew Turk, who's fascinated by his fly jewelry and clothes. But more importantly, Turk's interested in how Black Boy is able to easily get all the girls. On the elementary school ground, Turk tests his ability to mac on the girls, and getting the girls is now his primary focus. Turk uses the time that he invests in his young girlfriends as a way to keep his mind off all the killing and drug dealing, drugging and thugging going on in the Magnolia. As Turk homeboys one by one starts drugging and thugging, football coaches Leo and Rubber recruit Turk to play on their team in the Shakespeare Park football program. Viewing football as the only legitimate alternative besides following in his uncle Black Boy's footsteps, Turk became dedicated to his football team. Meanwhile, the world of hip hop, cozy with East Coast domination, is taken by surprise by an army of talent, business savviness, and raw energy from New Orleans Uptown Project. This army, while still unknown to the rest of the world, are a household name to Turk, and he realizes now that football isn't the only exit out of the project. Turk is in grind mode, developing his flow and attends every DJ, block party, open mic, and radio station freestyle sessions, showcasing his New Orleans flow. His work is quickly rewarded with the introduction to Slim and Baby. Immediately, Turk is recruited, and along with Lil Wayne, they become Cash Money Churn. As the youngest two on CMR's roster, Turk and Lil Wayne develop a bond as they sharpen their styles in anticipation of their time to shine. Baby is like Turk and Lil Wayne's substitute father, and he spurs them. But since Turk was older, he had the privilege of drinking in Slim and Baby present. Turk uses this privilege to disguise his more serious drug use. CMR signs a $30 million distribution deal with Universal, and everything begins to pop off on a national level. With no one constantly over his shoulder, Turk surrounds himself with his homeboys from the project and less time with his CMR family. As Turk Cash Money record business commitment increase, so does his cocaine and heroin addiction. As Turk struggles to keep the severity of his addiction on the tuck, he's thrown into one reckless episode after another, being jailed twice and almost overdosing twice in one day. The addiction is now so powerful that even while constant praying, the addiction proves stronger than his willpower to quit. As a prisoner in his addiction, Turk helplessly watches on as his love of his life, his career, and his relationship with his Silmar family crumble right in front of his face. While Turk and his lady lay asleep in their Memphis apartment, the Memphis SWAT team from a false tip kicked down the doors. In the aftermath, 52 shots get fired, two officers are wounded, and Turk is arrested and indicted on attempted murder and felony in possession of firearm charges. That's the screenplay. And then you go into the movie. Fade in, External, that's outside. Central City, New Orleans. The Melf Project, day, 1978. Y'all visualize this. Montage. A montage is a series of pictures just flashing on the movie. The bad scenery on the bad side of the Melf Project. It's a dice game with the fader frowning at the shooter. Then you see kids, a group of kids playing in the fire hydrant. Then you see hustlers make transactions with drug addicts in the courtway. Then you see the fader squeeze a 357 round into the dice shooter. Interior, good side. Project apartment, Clio Street. That's where we stayed in the Memphis. My grandma and them on the good side. Miss Evelyn hears the shots and rushes to her front door. Miss Evelyn spots her next to oldest daughter and calls her and her other 3 children into the house. Pam, Kim, Floyd appear at the apartment immediately. Then here come grandma, a dialogue. Miss Evelyn, y'all get in here right now. Noonie, which is my mama. Noonie, what Deborah? Pamela, Noonie, with an attitude. Ma, we don't know. Miss Evelyn, I'll talk to her later, staring out at the courtway. It's been another shooting out on the bad side. So them street knights better not beat y'all in here. Noonie sarcastically. Like we don't know that already. Miss Evelyn, girl, don't your little ass be getting smart with me. I'll smack you silly up in here. I'm just giving y'all an idea of how this shit go when you writing a movie. You have to write all the plays, all the scenes, the montages, the fade-ins, the interior, the exterior. Like, bro, these niggas ain't fucking with me. When I did my time wisely. The only thing that I didn't have, what I'm making myself have now, is the money to back it. So I had to get out here and grind. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no help. That's why I'm so passionate about, bro, if a nigga want me to do something, they gotta pay me. Because I worked myself up to make you niggas want to do something with me now. So what the fuck I look like doing something for free for you niggas when you niggas ain't do nothing for me at all? So that's why I'm like I am. There's a story behind everything that I do, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's my way of getting a nigga ass back. Nigga, I ain't doing a motherfucking thing for free, nigga. So when y'all don't see me a part of something, nigga couldn't afford it. It ain't that a nigga being excluded from nothing. You feel me? Nigga gotta pay me to be included. I ain't doing shit for free. All that homeboy shit, we cool. I'm good, nigga. I'm gonna make my own money. You feel me? I'm gonna make my own money. I've been doing it, nigga. I'm in a better place than I ever been. I got more than I got now than y'all thought I had then. I ain't have shit then. I used to make it look like I had something. I might not be in a mansion, but I'm in the expansion of what I had. I love my 5-bedroom, 2-car garage, 1, 2, 3 bathrooms. Just me, my twins, and my dog and wife. And I move with my vision of where I'm going. Move to Atlanta. I moved in the pandemic. This house was built 6 months. 6 months I moved. Everything in here was brand new. It was a blessing. See, I ain't gonna fake to be something that I'm not. I'm transparent. I'm open. And a lot of people don't like the fact that telling the truth, not hating. That's why my fans are coming back. You see what I'm saying? Because all that fake image shit, these niggas gonna have to stand on that. And y'all gonna see the real from the fake. Because one thing I can do, and that's continue on being real. So what you see is what you get. But when these niggas start having to talk to y'all and y'all start seeing them for who they is, that's when the first gonna be last. And the last gonna be first. God didn't already designed it this way, for it to happen this way. So I'm not bitter. I'm better. Don't let a nigga trick you into believing when I'm speaking facts it's hate. Nah, telling the truth, not hating.
Telling the truth, not hating. Telling lies is clout chasing.
I can easily tell lies and go viral if I wanted to lie. Nah, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I could use my social media and get on here every day and be on some bitter, hate, mad, angry shit. And guess where I'll be every day? On y'all favorite platforms. Say Cheese, Academic, Vlad, all those platforms where they push all that negative shit, I'll be there. But I don't want my name attached to that. My shit gonna be attached to what's pure, what's righteous. You know what I'm saying? My story. Yeah. So I'm about to end this YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe if y'all want to get more of this content. Y'all drop a comment, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Because I feed off of y'all energy. You feel me? Like, I ain't going to do nothing unless it's energy. You know, you got people that just be doing it because they doing it for the money. I don't do it for the money. I'm moving off of inspiration and energy. Because guess what? When I do it that way, it's going to have an impact. It's going to have an impact. And that's God watering the seed that I planted. You know what I'm saying? I just got to plant the seed. I can't make it grow. But Tyler Perry ain't never had a movie like mine. My movie like the modern day Ray Charles. Tyler Perry, get behind this. It's over with. I'm going to be the first one. He going to start doing movies that we can relate to, where he come from. Tyler Perry was homeless before he became a multi-millionaire. He come from the trenches. So you need to do your first trench movie with a legend. You legend, I'm legend. Let's make history. Can y'all see that picture what I'm painting? Tyler Perry get behind a Hot Boy Turk movie. Come on, man. Come on, man. Nobody, there's no other. I need to use them Tyler Perry studios. Some of my fans come into play and get in the movie. Man, it's bro, this gonna be big. I already know. It's gonna be big. My story is my glory. My story is what gonna make me a billionaire. And can't nobody stop it. Because can't nobody tell my story like me. Can't nobody tell my story. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to find out, what are your purpose? Man, I was shot at 52 times. Didn't get hit or grazed, bro. I did 8 years, 8 months, 16 days. My girl stood down the whole time, bro. Like, this is God. This God right here. Moved in the pandemic when it was hard. But I was able to make money in the pandemic when it was supposed to be hard. That's why when I be talking to people, bro, there ain't no excuse. Y'all be saying it's because you Turk. Nah, it's because I work. Don't take away the work that I have, the work ethic. That's where it come from. Being consistent, being determined to find a way. Things that supposed to happen because I'm Turk, it didn't happen because God ain't wanted to happen because I'm Turk. He wanted it to happen because of the work and what I was worth. If things would have been happening because I was Turk, I probably would have been big head and I would never give God the glory. Nah, I know it's none but God working through me. I'm just doing the work. So God put me in a position to be able to help other people, to get them to have that same mindset. It comes from your work. Work your gift that God gave you. Stop trying to be what everybody else is. What somebody else is not for you to be. I ain't trying to be nothing that I ain't supposed to be. I am who I am. And guess what? It's only one me. Even my kids not me. I know my lane. So I'm not running behind no man. God got this. He gave me a story. He gave me my experience for a reason. He gave you he giving y'all, yeah, but y'all gotta wake up and become aware so y'all can know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? Your story is your glory, man. Sit back and analyze what you going through and why you going through it. It's nothing that you go through is in vain. We are the new preachers, man. We got the testimonies that gonna change people's life. Haters gonna try to turn our testimony to a messimony, but they can't. Long as you get it right and keep it right, they can't. Just They could talk about you, just don't let what they talking be the truth. They talk about Jesus. It wasn't true. So what make you think you anything special? You're gonna be persecuted from doing right. That come with it. You don't gotta go back and forth to try to prove this and prove that. For what? Okay. Why you so mad? Because I'm not mad. Because I'm not stupid to your level. It's because I know who I am and whose I am. I don't got to go back and forth with you. You the one got the identity crisis. And you mad because I ain't getting out my character. Okay. You broke. Okay. You this. Okay. That why. Okay. It still don't stop the fact that I am who I am. Nothing you just say. That's how you overcome the devil. You beat him with the word just like Jesus beat him with the word. The devil only gonna twist the words and make it seem like it's true. But when you know it's the truth, you're gonna stand on what's true. I am who I am, man. Can't nobody make me not believe what I am. God. So make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. And let me know if y'all would like more of this content. Make sure y'all follow me on YouTube, Original Hot Boy Turk, y'all.